RKK, Gini här. Vi står här med TLO. Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. So you arrived to DreamHack yesterday.
Yeah.
Have you had any impressions so far?
It's very different from any event I've been to before because it's mostly gamers and not some gamers and mostly spectators. So that's a little bit different.
Yeah. So do you enjoy yourself? Have you looked around in the halls? Have you seen all the booths and?
I've mostly been sticking on to the StarCraft area. We don't really have the time to see much because we want to prepare, we want to discuss with our teammates, and we want to watch all the StarCraft games, of course.
Right. So you're in a group with, you're gonna help me out here.
Lalush, Gruff, and Mana.
Okay. So what do you think about it? Is it gonna be an easy win or?
It's difficult for me because it's CVC and it's only a best of one. And CVC, you have to admit, is a little bit luck-based sometimes. So I'm a little bit scared because anything can happen really.
Okay. But you switched from Terran to Zerg recently.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that? Why did that happen?
Well, it seems Zerg fits my style so much better, and I was getting a little bit bored with Terran because it developed in a very static macro style in Korea, and it didn't really suit me anymore. And with Zerg, it seems I can abuse mobility much more, and as Zerg I always feel overstressed and see much more potential, and I like that because as Terran sometimes you just sit back and have to wait, while as Zerg there's always stuff you can do, so you can even use 400 APM if you want. I like that.
Yeah. So you didn't partake in the third season of GSL. Is this a good what do you call, instead of GSL, is this like good enough? Is this just as fun going to random places in Europe?
Yeah, sure. It's to some extent it's even more fun to travel around in Europe because it's a bad thing in Korea. So you only have one tournament a month. Like you only have GSL. But in Europe, I can go to many tournaments. Obviously, they are not as big as GSL, but it's fun in Europe. It's nice. I like it.
So we have two of your friends, I guess, two Korean guys here.
Yeah.
Do you reckon they're going to be in the finals, or are you going to be able to beat any of them? Or is anyone going to be able to beat anyone?
Inca and Top are very strong players, but they might suffer a little bit from being outside of Korea. Like for Top, it's the first time he's ever been out of Korea, and for Inca, it's the second time. So obviously they are a little bit overwhelmed by how different things are and their jet lag and everything. So I think under ideal conditions it would be very hard for anybody to beat them, but here I don't know how good they are right now. But Top seemed strong anyways yesterday.
Yeah, alright. So, but could you compare like the European style with the Korean style of playing in general? Is it going to be an adaptation for them to play against some of you guys?
Yeah, definitely. When I came back to Europe, I still have to adapt because everybody's playing very different here. In Korea, you don't have as many different styles, but more refined styles. And maybe some of the styles in Korea are not as good, but because you don't know them, they can beat you because you don't exactly know how to counter them. So in Korea, it's a little bit like there are only like 3 or 4 different styles, and you know how to play against it.
All right. So, do we have anything else? I think we're pretty much done there.
Yeah, shoutouts maybe.
Yeah, I want to thank the App Factory for sponsoring us. It's like the most awesome sponsor you could ever ask for. And yeah, hi to Team Liquid. You guys are the best community ever.
Right, thank you.
No problem.